Hi, everyone. A very good evening to all of the audiences who have joined with us right now. So, can I please have a confirmation in the chat box that I am properly audible and visible? Uh, I see quite a good amount of audiences present in this particular webinar, and we have an extremely amazing personality who will be joining us today for this very informative and insightful session. So, just give me a confirmation that everything is okay from my end, and I will very soon go on to introduce our guest today. Yeah, I hope I am very properly audible and visible to everyone. So let me introduce myself. My name is Gaurav Kumar Shah, and I'll be your host today. And I'm a final year undergraduate student at IIT Kharagpur, and I am an associate mentor working at Geeks for Geeks. And I do occasionally host such webinars and bring informative content to live audiences on the YouTube channel of Geeks for Geeks. So this was about me, and let me introduce you to the today's guest. Welcome to today's online session. A very good evening to everyone out here. The name of this particular session is From Idea to Startup Navigating the Entrepreneurial Journey. So, as per what the title suggests, we'll be delving into all aspects of this exciting topic. So, for those of you who may need a little bit clearer picture of what to expect, we'll be exploring the journey and from the initial idea to successfully launching a particular startup. So, all of you get ready for an engaging and informative discussion ahead. Without further ado, let's welcome Mr. Mangesh, who is the CEO and founder of two startups. The first one is Willstar Media, and the second one is Nyongos. Holding an engineering degree, he delved into starting his entrepreneurial journey. So let's hear it all from him. So basically, I know that all of the audiences that we have on Geeks for Geeks channel are doing some engineering or related to technical backgrounds, and many of us do definitely have a passion for starting up our own company and do have some sort of entrepreneurial spirit with us. So Mr. Mangesh is here who will be discussing about his life journey, about his companies, and definitely we'll be getting some sort of inspiration and insightful from his life. So before we move forward, I'd like to tell you that there is going to be a Q&A session at the end. And in fact, if you have any questions that you would like to answer, you can put that in the comments and I will convey it to him and we can have a discussion. So it will be really great if we can keep this particular session very informative for the audiences and at the same time, uh, like uh, it will be interactive from the for Mangesh also and for me also and for the entire audience as well. Okay, and at the end we will have a dedicated Q&A session. So I hope everyone stays till the very end. So let me welcome Mangesh on screen. Hi Mangesh, you are visible to our live audience.
Yes, hi Gaurav, how are you?
Yeah, I'm great, Mangesh. Over to you now.
Right. So, am I audible to everyone? Please let me know in the comments.
Yeah, Mangesh, you are audible. I just checked it from the YouTube. So,
All right. So, how many people have joined till now?
well, there were around 15 people in the beginning. Right now, we have around seven or eight. So, like more people
We
do come
wait.
and join.
We wait for next 2-3 minutes and then we'll start.
Ah,
Or
yes,
shall
sure,
we
sure, sure.
directly?
We can wait for a few more audience to join. And those who have actually joined right now, I would request you all to invite your friends who would actually need, will
I can
get
see
much
the
better
people
insights.
from my team itself.
Yes.
I can see the people from my team itself who are joining
Okay,
for the same.
okay. Yeah.
All right. So, guys, tell us about you. Like, comments में आप बताओ कि what you guys are doing currently.
As I said in the introduction, most of the audiences of this channel are usually from engineering background, just like you and me. So,
Okay.
yeah, see,
All right.
someone named Unknown Coder just joined.
Mm-hmm. Right. So guys, I'm also a mechanical engineer, and as we all know कि mechanical मतलब engineers engineering छोड़ के बाकी सब चीजें करते हैं, so I'm also doing one of them.
Okay, yeah.
Right, Prerna. excited for the session. Even I'm excited for the session because this is the first time मैं ऐसा सेशन लेके आ रहा हूँ जहाँ पे मैं मेरी कंप्लीट जर्नी बताने वाला हूँ कि हाउ आई गॉट एन आइडिया एंड हाउ वी एस्टैब्लिश्ड अ कंपनी, और उसको ऑटो रन पे हम लोग अभी कैसे ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं. सो करंटली जिस विलस्टार मीडिया को हम लोग रन कर रहे हैं तो वो कम्प्लीटली ऑटो मोड पे है. आई एम नॉट डूइंग, आई एम नॉट लुकिंग फॉर एनी डे टू डे ऑपरेशंस ओवर देयर. कम्प्लीटली टीम है, प्रोसेस है, और पूरे प्रोसेसेस पे वो कंप्लीट बिजनेस हमारा चल रहा है. एक आइडिया से हम लोगों ने कैसे उसको ये किया, तो वो कंप्लीट स्टोरी मैं आपको बताऊंगा हाउ आई गॉट द आइडिया एज वेल. एंड आई एम श्योर कि वो जर्नी बहुत ज़्यादा एक्साइटेड है, बिकॉज जब भी मैं उसको रिकॉल करता हूँ तो वो एक गूज बम्प वाला मोमेंट होता है मेरे लिए. एंड आई एम श्योर इट विल बी द सेम फॉर यू एज वेल.
Okay, yeah, it will be. We do have a lot of comments in the chat box. People are excited to hear from you.
Yeah.
Okay, Mangesh.
All right, guys. So I think we should start. Gaurav, how many people are there in the live?
We have around 15 people or so. Like,
All right.
yeah, hello Ashish, hello Akshay, hello Shruti, hello Prerna.
Hi,
I
guys.
would
Shall we start? Let me know in
really,
the comment. Sorry, Gaurav. Sorry to interrupt you. I
okay,
didn't.
no problem. Yeah.
Let me know. Shall we start? कमेंट करो यार. वन वे कन्वर्सेशन नहीं होना चाहिए. ऐसा लगना चाहिए कि वी आर टॉकिंग टू ईच अदर, और मैं एक स्टोरी बता रहा हूँ, प्रूवन स्टोरी. All right, Gaurav. I think we should start.
Ah, yes, yes. Like a person is asking that, what will we learn in this session? What do you have
Yes.
to say about this, Mangesh?
सो मैन, आज के सेशन में हमारे पास जो आइडियाज़ होते हैं, उन आइडियाज़ से एंड होल स्टार्टअप तक व्हाट्स द जर्नी, क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स आते हैं, एंड व्हाट आर दैट पॉइंट्स दैट वी नीड टू फोकस. तो हर एक चीज़ हम लोग आज कवर करने वाले हैं. मोस्टली एक कंपनी ज़ीरो से एंड पार्ट तक कैसे बनती है, क्या क्या ऐसे फैक्टर्स होते हैं दैट वी नीड टू फोकस ऑन, और कौन से ऐसे फैक्टर्स हैं जो हम लोग को पहले ही कंसिडरेशन में रखने पड़ते हैं. अदरवाइज बहुत प्रॉब्लम्स हो जाती है बाद में. एंड व्हाट इज़ द प्रोसेस हम लोग इन डिटेल में डिस्कस करेंगे. तो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द सेशन. तो इस सेशन को मैंने 3 पार्ट में डिवाइड किया हुआ है. फर्स्ट स्टेज इज स्टार्ट स्टेज, कि हमारा प्रोडक्ट वगैरह बनने तक का जो स्टेज होता है वो मैंने स्टार्ट स्टेज में रखा हुआ है. देन मिड स्टेज, जहाँ पे आपका प्रोडक्ट एकदम मार्केट में अच्छा खासा आपने मार्केट गेन कर लिया है, मार्केट शेयर आपने गेन कर लिया है, दैट्स द मिड स्टेज. और थर्ड स्टेज मैंने रखा है ऑटो रन. So that is the way we are going to conduct the session. So let's start with the start stage. तो स्टार्ट स्टेज से पहले मैं आपको एक स्टोरी सुनाना चाहता हूँ कि हाउ आई गॉट एन आइडिया अबाउट माई स्टार्टअप. तो बहुत सारे लोगों ने अगर मेरे सेशंस वगैरह देखे होंगे तो वहाँ पे आप यू गॉट एन आइडिया कि हाउ द विलस्टार मीडिया गॉट स्टार्टेड. सो this is a story of 2019 when I was doing my YouTube. Most of you know me as an YouTuber also. So I do create a content around business, biographies, वगैरह. So at that point, I was getting like a huge amount of response from okay, please cover about. Okay, so I'll focus on the story now. So that time I was getting huge amount of response from all over the people. Whatever I was uploading, I was getting huge amount of response from audience. So millions may I was getting the views. And that time I got a mail from a brand that Mangesh, this is the product we have, and we want to promote this product on your YouTube channel. So I was very new at that point. So I didn't knew what's the influencer marketing, how it works, and how influencers promote other products. So I had no idea about it. So what I did, well, I they asked me the price, like how you will charge for it. I said I should charge for something more to them, and I said them something. I quoted them something around 4,000 rupees for one video, and there I got a call from them within 10 minutes that Mangesh, we are giving you 40,000 in advance for the next 10 videos. And this one sentence gave me an idea for my new startup, that why this person is giving me like like 40,000 advance for the next 10 videos. So I researched about it, like what is the reason behind it. And there I got to know, for one single video brands are ready to pay me like 50, 60,000, and for that I was just asking 4,000 rupees. And there I got a problem. The problem was, I was from a tier 1 city. I was from a good education background. I was good with the communication as well. But still I had that problem because I didn't knew anything about the influencer marketing or how this market works. And due to that, many of the companies were using it for their purpose, or uh, using it in a negative way. So I got a flaw over here, and there I decided we should do something, because there are so many influencers in the market who are from the tier 2, tier 3 cities, and they are doing very good in the content creation. But if we are talking about the uh, business part or the monetary generation part, they are not doing that good. So what is that one thing that we need to do? So there we started a Willstar Media, which is a marketing company, which is an influencer marketing company, which works like a bridge between influencers and brands. So we come up with a transparent system, जो influencers को भी बेटर जा रहा था, उनको भी एक बेटर अमाउंट वहां पे मिल रहा था, और सब ट्रांसपेरेंट था. इवन ब्रांड्स वर स्पेंडिंग लेस एंड गेटिंग अ गुड इन्फ्लुएंसर, सो ब्रांड्स वर इंटरेस्टेड टू स्पेंड मोर, right? So this way we have started the Willstar Media, and the main thing I got over here is idea, because before the Willstar Media, I had started around 5, 6 startups almost, and every startup was a failure for me. Since I was in engineering, I started almost from second year. So since second year, I was doing a startup, and फ्रॉम दैट टाइम आई वॉज वर्किंग ऑन न्यू आइडियाज कि चलो ये हुआ, ये इसके ऊपर काम करते हैं. 7, 8 महीने उसके ऊपर काम कर लिया, एक टाइम के बाद पता चला कि दिस इज नॉट वर्किंग. सो आई वॉज वर्किंग ऑन आइडियाज. So that was the phase of idea exploration, because as in a startup, the most important thing is your idea. What is that one problem you're solving? And most of the time people says ki you have to give like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years on your idea. But that should not be the process. If your idea is not going to work in the future, you have to aware about it. Will it be will it work or not? So you have to validate the ideas and all. So all that process that we need to follow, and we'll cover it in the next part. But idea exploration is one of the most important thing, because you can't stuck with one idea. This is one idea and I'm working for my next 10 years on this idea, unless and until you have validated that idea. Then you can work like most on 20 years. That is okay. But first of all, at the starting stage, whenever you are in college or whenever you are just starting your startup journey, in that case, you just have to explore the ideas. What is there in the market, and what I can find, and what I can offer as a solution to that problem. All right. So that is the idea exploration phase. And there you need to find the problems. Whatever problem you're just getting in the environment, just have that observer mindset and just see कि चलो यहाँ पे startup बन सकता है, यहाँ पे problem है, यहाँ पे problem है, मैं इस problem को कैसे solve कर सकता हूँ. Most of the people see startup as generating a money generating assets, but it's not like that. If you are not able to solve any problem, so people will not pay you for that. So at the start you need to be very sure about your idea. See, so this is the first stage. I think everybody should focus idea exploration. No, don't stuck with one idea. Explore as many as you can. Okay. Then next one is
Okay,
idea.
Mangesh,
Yeah.
just a small question from the audiences here. Like they want to know that what are the ideas which you actually could not make it to the next stage. So
Yeah.
basically, some
So
of your failed ideas.
yes. So one is I was in a college where there was a nurseries, flower nurseries. So I used to
Okay.
sell that flowers to the hotels, event management companies. I used to send it to Mumbai, Delhi, वगैरह इन places पे मैं send करता था. So that was my first idea. वो कुछ कॉलेज के चलते नहीं हो पाया. आई हैड टू फोकस्ड ऑन माय स्टडीज एंड ड्यू टू दैट आई गॉट ईयर डाउन वगैरह बहुत सारा स्टोरी है उसके पीछे. सो आफ्टर दैट आई स्टार्टेड फार्म ट्यूब. फार्म ट्यूब वाज लाइक अ यूट्यूब जहाँ पे फार्मर्स के लिए वी वर क्रिएटिंग अ कंटेंट. सो आई हैड अ कन्वर्सेशन विद सम एग्रीकल्चर रिलेटेड कॉलेजेस. वहाँ पे जो स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं वो दे वर क्रिएटिंग द कंटेंट फॉर मी. So that was one thing. Then we created Pixup. Pixup was a WhatsApp broadcasting service जहाँ पे we were sending uh, like different news, different stories about business. Like around 5-6 thousand audience we gathered on the Pixup also. Then offline, I had started car retail shops. देन ऑनलाइन मैकेनिक वगैरह जैसी चीज़ें हम लोगों ने ऐप बनाया था उसके लिए ऑनलाइन मैकेनिक वगैरह हम लोग प्रोवाइड करते थे. तो ऐसे चीज़ें मैंने स्टार्ट की थी और छोटी मोटी ऐसी मतलब जो 1-2 महीने की वैसी तो बहुत सारी होंगी जो अभी मुझे याद भी नहीं है. सो दैट वाज द स्टफ आई डिड इन द कॉलेज लाइफ. Yeah. So the next one is ki idea finalization. So you are just exploring new ideas and you are uh, just stuck with one idea. Ki this is the idea. There I can see some future, and there people will at least pay me something. So that is the idea that you need to finalize for the validation purpose. Ki is it really going to work in the future or not? Right. So you have to take the idea, you have to understand it first, about the solution. Ki what is the solution that you are going to offer about that idea. Okay, I'm not taking any example as here because this common theory will work for everybody's startup, right? And you can create a MVP, minimum viable product. Either it is a website, either it is an application, either it is a physical product. So you have to create an MVP at least to showcase the people and to take a reviews from them. Is it really working or not? So for that purpose only, and you have to, after making an MVP, minimum viable products, and about today's generation, they are mostly focused on tech startups. So because the valuation game is there, fame is there, and that's why most of the people go into the tech startup. So yeah, that is also fine. I mean, that's a good way to start as well. So uh, after the MVP, minimum viable products, if you are into tech, just find out the methods that you can create the MVP as early as possible. Because most of the people I have seen, they focus on creating the learning the coding. If they are getting idea, they don't know how to code. They just focus on like I'll just now learn the code. So they invest their 1 or 2 years over there. Till then, the idea is like कि यार कुछ use नहीं है उस idea का. So instead of that, instead of focusing on learning new skills that you are going to implement your startup, just find out the person or find out one who can help you in this thing. जो जिसको कोडिंग आती है या फिर जिसको डेवलपमेंट आती है तो उसको ऑनबोर्ड करो या फिर उसको कुछ पैसे देके उसको कुछ इक्विटी देके जो भी पॉसिबल वे है उसके साइड से वो काम कर लो. एंड आई विल सजेस्ट कि फोकस ऑन दैट थिंग where you think you are master. If you are master in marketing, if you are master in designing any kind of sort, so जहाँ पे आपका मास्टरी है वहाँ पे ज़्यादा फोकस करो. जहाँ पे आपका मास्टरी नहीं है वहाँ पे सब्जेक्ट मैटर एक्सपर्ट को हायर करो और उससे वो काम करा लो. राइट. सो हियर यू गॉट एन आइडिया वैलिडेशन का एक पार्ट आ गया कि आपने MVP बना लिया. एंड आफ्टर योर MVP इज रेडी, you have to show it to people, your targeted audience, the one for whom you have made that MVP. So just show it to them and ask the review, will you pay for it? If they are like yes Mangesh or yes XYZ person that will pay you for this, so in that case you can move further. Or if you're getting a review, then just work on that reviews and make your product more better. And if you are getting like more negative reviews कि यार I'm not able to like मतलब लोगों के साइड से बहुत ही नेगेटिव आ रहा है तो एक बार एटलीस्ट इटरेशंस करके देखो. ठीक है, फॉर योर सेक ऑफ कन्वीनियंस कि हाँ यार मतलब मैंने ट्राई तो किया. ऐसे ही नहीं कि मैंने एक नेगेटिव रिव्यू मिला और मैंने उसको बंद कर दिया. तो वो भी तो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि लोगों के साइड से अगर रिव्यूज आ रहे हैं तो उन रिव्यूज को कितने हद तक हमारे दिमाग में घुसाना है और कितने हद तक उसको बाहर ही छोड़ देना है. सो अंडरस्टैंड दैट पार्ट एज वेल. So here we got an idea validation. For example, अगर आपका आइडिया वैलिडेट नहीं होता है, आपको लगता है कि यार नहीं, ये आइडिया वर्क नहीं हो रहा है, बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल आर गिविंग द नेगेटिव रिव्यूज, और मैंने इसके ऊपर 2-3 इटरेशंस भी किए, प्रोडक्ट में जो रिव्यूज आए थे उसके ऊपर काम भी किया, बट स्टिल द प्रोडक्ट इज नॉट दैट गुड दैट पीपल आर नॉट रेडी टू पे मी फॉर दिस। ठीक है। सो मोस्टली जो आइडिया वैलिडेशन के लिए जाते हैं, तो मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल व्हाट दे डू, if they are having any physical product, so they go into malls, they go into some public places, they show it to people, so we have made this, so are you ready to pay for this, will you pay for this, so they ask in such a manner. So most random people you are asking, and they'll give you a genuine reply over there, genuine review over your product. So that will be the method that you can validate your idea. If you have a tech product, you have a Facebook groups, you have Facebook pages, you can go ask there, or you can also go physically, you can ask them. At least ask 150 to 200 people about your product and take the reviews from them. And if you are like, yes, I'm getting a good review, then you got an idea validation over there, and you can go for the next part. The next part is co-founder selection. As I said, ki if you are expert in one particular field, for example, if you are expert in marketing, in that case you are finding a person who will be your co-founder, and he is also expert in marketing, then it is of no use. You both are expert in marketing, so you have to find a person who is having an extra skills apart from yours. All right. So in that case, what will happen? You are going to handle one department, and that person is going to handle one department. For example, if you are into marketing, that person should into operations or product designing, that kind of things. So you have to find out the co-founder who is having the alternative skills from yours, right? So that is the co-founder selection. So many people like ki, I don't want co-founder, but I'll suggest have co-founder, because the importance of this startup is it is not like that glamorous thing that you look from outside. It is like a very tough journey, and on this tough journey you should have someone who will support you in your downtime, and who will be with you to solve the problems. सो ट्रस्ट मी, ज़रूरत पड़ेगी आपको किसी ना किसी बंदे की जो आपके साइड में हमेशा खड़ा रहे, अगर कोई भी इशू होता है तो बट उसमें कुछ क्राइटेरियाज में भी मैं आपको बताऊंगा, बिकॉज को फाउंडर सिलेक्शन में बहुत सारे लोग यहाँ पे गलती कर देते हैं कि यार किसी फ्रेंड को ले लिया, किसी ऐसे बंदे को ले लिया कि जिसको वो कुछ बोल नहीं सकते। तो इन दैट केस, आफ्टर सम टाइम, जब तक स्टार्टअप में पैसा नहीं है ना, तब तक इट गोज वेरी वेल। बट जब पैसा आता है ना, तो हर एक का दिमाग अलग अलग डायरेक्शन में चलता है, एंड इन दैट केस द प्रॉब्लम्स इज गेटिंग स्टार्टेड। सो यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड द पर्सन वेरी वेल। उस पर्सन के पास हो सकता है कि कोई टेक मतलब हार्ड स्किल कम हो, चलेगा, ठीक है, बट द एटीट्यूड ऑफ दैट पर्सन शुड बी गुड। दैट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग बिफोर यू आर फाइनलाइजिंग एनी को फाउंडर। ठीक है, बिकॉज इफ यू आर लाइक गोइंग विथ एनी पर्सन हु इज वेरी स्टबन, सो वहां पे बाय डिफॉल्ट, और उसका गलती नहीं है वहां पे, बिकॉज ही इज बाय नेचर ही इज स्टबन, और उसको आप कन्विंस करने जाओगे किसी चीज के लिए तो ही विल नॉट बी कन्विंस्ड, एंड आपका विजन और उसका विजन कभी मैच ही नहीं हो पाएगा। सो इन दैट केस, एट द सर्टन पॉइंट इन योर स्टार्टअप, यू आर गोइंग टू destroy everything that you have made. So instead of that, just be sure about your co-founder at start. Think about each and every part he is understanding or not. Like you're searching for your wife. ठीक है, जितना आप उस टाइम पे सोचते हो ना, उससे ज्यादा आई से कि स्टार्टअप को फाउंडर के बारे में सोचो। सो दैट वाज माय टेक ऑन स्टार्टअप को फाउंडर सिलेक्शन। देन यहाँ पे आता है रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन। अभी आपके पास एक आइडिया है, आपके पास एक को फाउंडर है, दैट देन यू हैव टू डिसाइड द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, कौन कौन सा पार्ट करने वाला है। देन इन दैट केस यू हैव टू मेक इट लीगल कि यार ये है और ये मैं करूंगा, दिस विल बी माय वर्क, दिस विल बी योर वर्क। तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा कि अगर फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई एम इन मार्केटिंग, in that case that person will not interfere in the marketing. Yeah, you can give he can give the suggestions, but absolutely he or the other person should trust on my marketing skills. All right. So that, and for that purpose the department should be different. The handling person should understand his own department, and the other person should trust on him. सो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी यहाँ पे डिस्ट्रीब्यूट होना चाहिए, बिकॉज बाद में बहुत इश्यूज आ जाते हैं कि यार मैंने ये किया था, मैंने वो किया था, मैंने ये भी डिपार्टमेंट में था। सो स्टार्टिंग से ही वो डिसाइड करके रखो। और ये मैं बहुत फ्यूचर पर्सपेक्टिव से बता रहा हूँ, बिकॉज द प्रॉब्लम इज, एज आई सेड अर्लियर, कि जब तक स्टार्टअप में पैसा नहीं होता है तब तक कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होता है, बट विद द मनी प्रॉब्लम्स अराइजेस इन द फाउंडर्स एज वेल। ठीक है, बिकॉज वी हैव सीन दैट, एंड दैट्स व्हाई आई एम टेलिंग यू दिस इन द फ्यूचर, फॉर द फ्रॉम द फ्यूचर्स पर्सपेक्टिव। नेक्स्ट वन इज विजन एंड मिशन। लाइक व्हाट इज योर विजन? आप जो भी प्रोडक्ट बना रहे हो या जो भी व्हाट एवर योर सर्विसेज, what for what purpose you are doing it. So your vision, what is that one thing that you need to do or need to confirm in the market? So you need to have that in your mind. You have to be on the same page with your co-founder for this. Your vision should be matched. You have to be on the same page about your vision कि मुझे ये करना है या हमें ये करना है, right? So the that is the one thing, that vision is very important. And then the legal work, यू हैव टू हैव द लीगल अग्रीमेंट विथ योर स्टार्टअप, जो भी आपका इक्विटी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन का है या फिर बाकी जो भी लीगल वर्क है, दैट यू शुड डू एट स्टार्ट। बिकॉज बहुत बार क्या होता है, अभी मेरा जो स्टार्टअप था, तो मोस्टली मेरे जो को फाउंडर है ओमकार, दीपक, तो वहाँ पे वी डेंट हैड एनी अग्रीमेंट एट द स्टार्ट, बट वी हैड गुड फेथ इन आवर सेल्व्स कि हाँ ये बंदा है मेरे साथ एंड आई नो हिम फ्रॉम वेरी लॉन्ग टाइम, सो वहाँ पे दिक्कत नहीं आई। बट बहुत बार क्या होता है ना कि अगर एक दूसरे के ऊपर ही भरोसा नहीं है, तो इन दैट केस यू विल फेस अ प्रॉब्लम्स। सो हैव द लीगल वर्क डन एंड इनिशियल सेटअप, जो भी आपका स्टार्ट एक ऑफिस हो गया या फिर इफ यू आर वर्किंग फ्रॉम होम, तो वहाँ पे आपका इनिशियल सेटअप प्रॉपर होना चाहिए। जो भी आपकी रिक्वायर्ड चीज़ें हैं, वाइदर इट इज़ कंप्यूटर्स, लैपटॉप्स, द इंटरनेट कनेक्शंस, जो भी इनिशियल सेटअप है, दैट यू शुड फिगर इट आउट एट द स्टार्ट ओनली। And then this is the last part of starting stage, the product or service iterations as per the market review. As you have settled some base now, you have some product now, you have some reviews now, you have validated your idea, and you have lots of reviews now. Okay, so as per that review, you have to spend time on iteration, on the iteration part, that how you can improve this product from the first stage to second, second stage to third, third to fourth, so that you will have a good product at the end, और जहाँ पे आप इसको अभी मार्केट में लेके जा सकते हो। ठीक है, सो इन दैट केस अभी तक तो यू गाइज आर डूइंग इट, लाइक अगर आप इंडिविजुअली कर रहे हो तो यू आर डूइंग इट बाय योर सेल्फ। इफ यू आर टू co-founders, then you are doing it by you are doing it, your co-founder is doing it. But now if you want to scale it up, you need to have a team, right? So is it going like so monotonous, or should we take a questions now?
Yeah, sure. We can take a few questions. We have a couple of questions in the comment. Someone is asking that how can we make our startup lucrative enough for investors? What is
Okay.
your take on this?
uh, I feel, we just have to understand the investor psychology for this. Why do investors invest in the startup? Obviously to get good returns over there. So if you can promise the things, that whatever you are doing, that is going to have a good future, obviously investors will invest, because there are so many people and there is so much money in the market, that people are looking for the opportunities, that where I'm getting the good opportunity to invest. But the problem is, uh, most of the people are not able to convince themselves that this product will work, and that's why they struggle with the problem here. If I'm not able to convince myself, then how I'll convince the investor? So I feel, convince yourself first, and make your product so catchy, so that investors will come by themselves only. Like I'll give an example. If you're taking an example of Facebook, so in that case, like there are maximum voting rights are still with the Mark Zuckerberg, because he had done that clause or that thing in the agreement that I'll have the maximum voting right. If you want to come, otherwise don't. That was his attitude while taking a funding, and the investors were agreed with this. Why? Because he had a good product. So if you have good product, investor will come by themselves. You don't have to find them, because there are some people in the market who are just searching for the startups who's doing good. If this he is doing good, they'll just go there, they'll just explore it, what they are doing, what is the market idea, what is the market share they are gaining, or what is their future. If they feel, yeah, this is good, the investors will come by themselves. You don't have to approach them, and trust me on this.
Yeah, on a side note, Mange, I have a small questions. Like
Hmm.
someone asked that why do we have to make our startup lucrative to investors?
Hmm.
Like my doubt is basically these days we are having startups like Blinkit and Dunzo, which is basically promising us 10-minute delivery. So
Hmm.
what we see basically these startups are actually loss making and but the investors keep on pouring money on them. So what
Hmm.
exactly are investors seeing in these startups?
See, investors are not investing money in like for 1 or 2 years basis. They're investing it in from the for the long term. Like they are assuming that this startup who is just building themselves right now, but after 6 years, 7 years, 10 years, 15 years, they will be in a profitable stage. So in after that they'll get a good profit. So it's like you're purchasing any house at early stage. It is not constructed yet, but you are investing there, you are purchasing it, and once it is ready, right? So after that you will get a good returns on that investment. So it's like that only. At the early stage, investors are coming and they have faith on founders, they have faith on idea. We from outside we can see that this startup is not working, but maybe something they have in at that stage, they can see it, they can go for it, and they have that intuition ki no, I should invest over here. बिकॉज बहुत बार क्या होता है ना कि हम लोगों को आउटसाइड से एक अलग ही पिक्चर दिखता है और इनसाइड से पिक्चर कुछ अलग ही होता है. मे बी हम लोग यहाँ पे बैठ के मतलब वी कैन जज द इन्वेस्टर्स की यार वाई द हेल इज इन्वेस्टिंग ओवर द स्टार्टअप इज लाइक डूइंग नथिंग. सो ऐसे बहुत सारे हिस्ट्री में एग्जांपल्स है कि इन्वेस्टर्स हैव डन दिस मिस्टेक और इसी मिस्टेक से वो सीखते हैं. दे आर वेरी शार्प पीपल और उसको पूरा कैलकुलेटिव चीज करके ही वो इन्वेस्ट करते हैं. ऐसा नहीं कि उनके पास बिलियंस ऑफ डॉलर्स पड़ा हुआ है एंड दे आर जस्ट टेकिंग दैट मनी एंड गिविंग इट टू एनीवन. They have strategies over there, they have some future goals, they have some targets for the founders as well. जैसे कि फाउंडर्स या फिर कंपनीज के ओनर्स टारगेट देते हैं ना आपके बिजनेस डेवलपमेंट मैनेजर्स को या फिर और आपके जो टीम मेंबर्स हैं उनको, वैसे फाउंडर्स को भी टारगेट होता है इन्वेस्टर्स का. तो वो टारगेट वो अचीव करने के लिए रेडी है कि नहीं है. अभी जैसे कि आई गिव यू वन ऑफ द एग्जांपल. कुणाल शाह ने फ्री चार्ज सेल किया था. उसके बाद ऑन आइडिया ही रेज्ड लाइक 300 मिलियन के 300 के वैल्यूएशन पे उन्होंने कुछ तो फंडिंग्स उठाई थी. सो दैट वाज अ वेरी गुड अमाउंट. नॉट आइडिया, ये तो वन ऑफ द पार्ट हो. वेरी स्मार्ट, ही विल बी. दे आर गेटिंग.
Mangesh, there is a slight issue from your side. I guess your voice is a little bit breaking. Can you?
Is it okay now?
It's okay now. I think your
Yeah.
mic got separated maybe.
Right. All right. So that's the reason. So never doubt investors if they are investing something, obviously, and they understand this part, that if they are investing 100 rupees, like out of that 100 rupees, 60 rupees will gonna vanish from the market. But that 40 rupees will help them to make another 500 rupees, another 1000 rupees. All right. So this thing investors understand very well, and accordingly they invest, and they do very much research about your startup, your future projections, about the founder mostly, like what kind of founder you are, what's your strengths, how you are going to your capabilities or your aspirations. Everything they study a lot,
Yeah, that's
right?
answer my questions. Thanks a lot.
Is there any other question?
Yeah, one guy is asking that as an entrepreneur, what do you do when you get swamped with a lot of work? How do you balance between your profession and your personal life?
I have answered this question many times, uh, but I feel there is no balance if in your personal life and professional life if you are a starter founder, because from my personal example, I can say that I can't balance my life in personal. I can't balance my personal life because if you are into something, if you want to create something, you don't have time to give some for the personal work और ये सब चीजें नहीं होती है. जो लोग बोलते हैं कि बैलेंस करके चलो कि पर्सनल लाइफ और प्रोफेशनल लाइफ इफ यू एंड यू आर इनटू एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप जर्नी सो आई फील कि माइट बी ये उनके लिए वर्क होता रहेगा लेकिन आई हैव सीन 99% पीपल दे आर नॉट एबल टू डू इट the 1% who is very good with the time management and everything might be they are able to do it, but I am not able to do it. Like if you are focused on one thing day and night, you have to be focused on one thing only, otherwise you will be uh, in that situation कि यार ये भी नहीं हो रहा है और वो भी नहीं हो रहा है. So don't believe on this. I don't personally don't believe on the balance between personal and professional one.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, we can continue with the discussion ahead. Meanwhile, if we have, I'll
All
let you
right.
know.
Yeah. Chalo, to we are with our product right now, and we have made our product, and now we want to scale it up. So, what is the most important thing that we need for the scale? And that is the team. If you have good team, then you will have a good opportunity to uh, go into the market and create a good sense over there. All right. So the basic things are in team building. Just don't go for with the people who have very good knowledge, very good reputation over there. Just don't hire them at start. Hire at start. Just hire the people who have good attitude and basic skills, because you are going to tell them they and skills are the things that they will learn it very quickly. So you don't have to waste much time over there. So at start, just find out the person who is nearby. जैसे कि I'll tell you my story how I got my first team. I was a member of Rotaract community. Might be you are aware about it. What is Rotary Rotaract? So there, some people got to know that Mangesh is doing some project or some startup, and they asked me ki, what you're doing. And with my vision, what I wanted to do, they were agreed that yeah, we'll join you, we'll join you, we'll join you. So there, I got a like 3 4 team members from my Rotaract community itself, and they turned very well in the future. So you have to find out like where you will get your first team. So this is there is not there is no any specific way that you will get your team. You just have to find it out. This is the place where I'll get more person or more team members. For example, colleges में जाओ वहाँ पे pitch करो आपके, but friend circle में थोड़ा इसको avoid करो, because I've heard the very good statement recently, don't hire the person whom you can't fire. तो फ्रेंड सर्कल में वो चीज़ें बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाती है. सो इन दैट केस जस्ट गो विद द पीपल जो आपको लगता है कि अच्छे हैं, काम अच्छे करेंगे, उनको ट्रायल दो, उनको एक मौका दो करने का, एंड take them into your team. At start, if you don't have money, give them ESOPs equity जो भी possible होता है, because owning 100% of nothing is always better than owning a 10% of 10,000 rupees का company. All right. So this is the team building. And whenever you are building a team, just focus on job clarity. Whenever you are hiring, just have that thing in your mind why you are hiring that person. So you have to have that. You should have that job role that you are going to offer that new hiring. So you are clear with your job role, you have the person now, and then you can start scaling the things. You can start scaling the departments, you can start making the processes, and then the way that you can uh, start exploring the new market as well. I'll just take a break. Right. So while hiring, you should be very aware about job role that you are going to provide to your new hiree. Then the next part is company culture. Most of the people have heard about it ki why company culture. Most of the people are talking about it on social media or anywhere. You must have heard it. So why the company culture is important? Because this is the place where team is going to come and they are going to work. You are not the only person, or as a founder you both are not only person who will be here and who will work. There will be like 10 people at start, there will be like 20 people after some time, 50 people, 100 people, 200 people, and people come together and they create lots of problems. So to avoid that, you have to have culture, like how one should behave, how one should do the things, what is the value that we believe as a company. So that culture should be set as at the start. For example, if you are setting that your timing is uh, for example 10 o'clock in the morning, and suddenly you are saying that your timing will change from 10 to 9, people will obviously like reply to that we will not accept it. All right. So at start, whenever you are building a company, you should be very specific about it. Like what are the company culture? What are the processes you are going to settle? Because that timing, that processes, that culture is going to be with your company for the next 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, 100 years, whatever it is. Obviously इसमें iterations होंगे, इसमें updates आएंगे, लेकिन एक बार अगर लोग एक कंफर्ट जोन में चले जाते हैं आपके कल्चर को लेके या फिर आपके प्रोसेसेस को लेके, तो वहां से उनको वापस बाहर लाना दैट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट. So at start, whenever before implementing these things, you just have to think about this. All right. Then the hierarchy, the next process after you have done team building, job role, company culture, then the next process and hierarchy. You have to decide the process to do each and everything. You have to have the process. For example, if you have a team of 20 people, and at a certain stage one of the person or two of the person are going immediately, so in that case what you will do, you have to hire the new person and you have to teach him from the start. But if you don't have the process, so in that case it will be very difficult to fill that gap. So you have to have the process to fill that gap, to make them understand like how the previous people used to work over here, so that they can just know it from that process and they'll just implement it in their work, so that it will be a very fast process. There will not be any confusion for them. अगर आपके पास process है, उनको पता है ऐसे ऐसी चीजें करनी है, they'll just replicate it, the new joining. ठीक है. और ये प्रोसेस आपको भी एज अ फाउंडर्स बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है टू अंडरस्टैंड कि काम कैसे चल रहा है, काम विद प्रोसेस चल रहा है, उसमें कुछ अपग्रेडेशन आ रहा है. ऑब्वियसली जो भी प्रोसेस यू आर गोइंग टू मेक, दैट प्रोसेस विल गोइंग टू अपग्रेड एट अ सर्टन स्टेज कि अभी ऐसे हो रहा है, आफ्टर सर्टन टाइम इसमें कुछ और एडिशन हो गया और ये और बेटर ऑप्टिमाइज हो गया. ऑप्टिमाइजेशन तो लाइफ टाइम चलता रहेगा, बट यू शुड स्टार्ट विद बेसिक्स एट लिस्ट at start, right? Then the next part is hierarchy. So why it is important? Because at a certain stage, if you have like 30-40 people, it is fine for you to talk to everyone. But as a founder, if you are reaching up to more numbers, so in that case it will be very difficult to coordinate with each and every person. So in that case you will be like, fuck yaar, what is going, I'm not able to understand. Because every person is coming up to you for with a problem and you have to resolve it. So that will not be possible for a single person as a founder. So you should have a hierarchy and you should have a uh, what will say reporting of at least 4 to 5%, not more than that. So that 4 to 5% should have another hierarchy. They should have another people. टीम के हिसाब से आप डिपार्टमेंट के हिसाब से हायरार्की बना सकते हो कि एक आपका मार्केटिंग हेड हो गया, मार्केटिंग हेड के अंडर जो भी सब एग्जीक्यूटिव्स आते हैं या फिर इंटर्न्स आते हैं, जो भी लोग आते हैं. सो डायरेक्टली इंटर्न को आपका एक्सेस मत दो एक पॉइंट के बाद, बिकॉज वो मेस हो जाएगा. ओपन डोर पॉलिसी इज गुड, जहां पे कोई भी इंटर्न तक आप तक पहुंच सकता है, दैट इज गुड, बट एट टिल सर्टन स्टेज, आफ्टर अ सर्टन पॉइंट इट विल बी अ मेस फॉर यू एज अ फाउंडर, एज अ सीईओ। ठीक है। सो वो इंटर्न, उसका प्रॉब्लम है, वो उसके सीनियर को बताएगा, उसका सीनियर उसके सीनियर को बताएगा, और फिर वो प्रॉब्लम आप तक आएगा। सो दैट शुड बी अ प्रोसेस इन हायरार्की। सो दैट्स व्हाई हायरार्की इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एट, सो इसको स्टार्टिंग में ही थोड़ा एक्सप्लोर करो। देन द रिपोर्टिंग प्रोसेस, एज आई सेड कि यू शुड हैव एटलीस्ट लाइक मैक्स टू मैक्स 5 to 6 person who is reporting to you, not more than that. So that you will get a condition of the company, like how's it going at the end of the day. If you are taking a follow up, or if you are taking a report from every departmental head, that yes, marketing department से ये report आ गया, operation से ये report आ गया, product development से ये report आ गया, so in that case you know the situation of the startup for that day, ठीक है, without getting involved in each and every operation. So for that, hierarchy is important and reporting model is very important. एंड इन सम केसेस यू शुड डेवलप द मॉडल। अगर वहाँ पे हेड से, मतलब जो हायरार्की है, वहाँ पे अगर कुछ हेड से प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है कि वो हेड आप तक कोई चीज़ पहुँचा नहीं रहा है, सो इन दैट केस एचआर को पिक्चर में लाओ, ह्यूमन रिसोर्स जो आपका डिपार्टमेंट होता है उसको पिक्चर में लाओ, उससे डायरेक्टली बात करने को बोलो, जो चाहे फिर वो इंटर्न्स हो। और इन केस अगर इंटर्न के पास, इंटर्न अगर एचआर के पास जाके भी उसका प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व नहीं हो रहा है, सो इन दैट केस अलाउ देम फॉर द डायरेक्ट ओपन डोर पॉलिसी, कि you can go directly towards the CEO or the founders. All right. So that's the reporting process that one or every company should focus, I guess. I think we should go for some questions now. There are lots of questions.
Yes. One of the questions we have is that what are your views on the recent trend of work from home or hybrid work culture? Should
Uh,
startups allow hybrid work culture?
Startups do, but I'm not in a favor of work from home, because
Okay.
whenever you are in the company, in that case, there is a different atmosphere. ठीक है, and that atmosphere helps you to think in that way. All right.
Yes.
But if you are at home, you are in your comfort zone, you can't think in the way that you could think in the office. So I personally don't allow the work from home, and I'm not in a favor of work from home at all.
Okay.
और एक टाइम पे यहाँ पे
Yeah.
इशू ये हो जाता है ना कि वन मोर थिंग आई जस्ट वांटेड टू मेंशन, द इशू इज इफ द पर्सन और द पीपल हु आर डूइंग वर्क फ्रॉम होम at certain stage, they are just psychologically they are just getting disturbed. I have seen such people who are doing work from home since last 1 or 2 years. They are not getting out. They are not meeting people. So in that case, it is very difficult for them. Their mental strength is like destroyed. So for that purpose also, and for the one I mentioned before, for that both of the reason, work from home I don't prefer.
Okay. I got your views. We have one more question is that Shruti is asking freelancing is gaining a lot of attention these days. So, what do you think is the scope of freelancer and how can one pursue the same?
Yeah, freelancing is getting good traction since last few weeks, and most of the people are preferring it. So I feel even most of the startups are taking the services as a freelancer. As I'll tell you my example, I'm a content creator, and instead of hiring a person whom I will pay like 30,000, 40,000 as a script writer, so instead of that, what I'll do, I'm writing like 6 scripts. I'm doing 6 scripts in a month. What I'll do, I'll ask the freelancer that this is the topic, and on this topic, I need a script. I'll pay you like 3,000 rupees per script. There I'm solving my problem. There I'm getting uh, my scripts in cheaper cost. Also, I don't have to invest much on the admin office expense. मेरा कम हो जाता है अगर freelancing है तो. So as a company, it is good. As a freelancer, how it is good, because they can work on multiple things. ऑल राइट। सो यहाँ पे उनके पास मल्टीपल चीज़ें हैं काम करने के लिए, बट द प्रॉब्लम इज, मैंने जहाँ तक मैंने देखा, आई डोंट नो मच अबाउट फ्रीलांसिंग, बट जहाँ पे मैंने देखा है कि फ्रीलांसिंग में श्योरिटी नहीं होती आपके पास किसी भी चीज़ की। कि अभी you have your work, but after certain point you will not have that. So वो श्योरिटी आपके पास नहीं है, तो वो एक प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है इन सर्टेन केसेस.
I hope this answers your question, Shruti.
Right.
Okay, yes, you can continue.
Yeah, we can
Take
continue
up
with
more
the mid
questions.
stage. We are at the mid stage of our company. So we have created product, we have built the team, we have the job role, we have company culture, we have process hierarchy, and then we have the reporting methods as a company founder, as a CEO, that you know what is going on in your company. So next process is in your company, you should create a multiple services as a pillar. If you are a service based company, if you are a product based company, in that case it is not necessary that you should create multiple products at the start. But in service company you should have multiple services. Why I'm telling you this? Because if you're having one service and due to some reason, if that service or the demand of that service is getting low, for example, uh, copywriting, that was one service. ठीक है, and most of the companies or agencies were working on that model. कि they were used to write for multiple people, and that was their business. But Chat GPT destroyed their business totally, right? So in that case, they'll lose their audience, or they'll lose their clients. But if such agencies would have multiple services, for example, they are doing voiceover, they are doing graphic designing, they are doing any other stuff which
Mangesh, I guess your voice is breaking once again.
is it okay now?
Ha, it's okay.
Yeah. So the that is the basic reason why you should create a multiple services, because that will save your company in the crucial period. So at start, only think about it, that start with one, but have that thought in mind that what you can start next, what you can start next, and create a department for it, create a team for it, create a process for it, and try to make it on auto run, so that if one thing is going down, that another thing will save you. In the service industry I'm talking, especially not in the product case. Product is like you work on your product, you work on creating like more better product, how you can optimize your product. So that is the focus one should have in the product industry. Then the next part is कि mid stage में है, you have some audience, you have bridged up to certain customers through your teams, through your processes, through your heads. So you have certain you are at certain stage now, and the next part is you should focus on your team. I mean, ये जो है product iteration, that should never stop. Either it is like your company is 1 year old, 2 year old, 10 year old, 20 year old. I personally feel प्रोडक्ट के ऊपर जो R&D होता है वो कभी स्टॉप नहीं होना चाहिए. लोगों के रिव्यूज लो, और बड़ी बड़ी कंपनीज इसको बहुत जेन्युइनली फॉलो करती है. दे आर लाइक कि if I'm getting one review from one people and one person, and if that review makes sense, they'll do it, they'll work on that review. That is kind of customer satisfaction they are working on, and that's why they are in the market since long period. If you watch the old interviews of Jeff Bezos, who is the founder of Amazon, you can see one thing: his focus was not creating multiple streams, multiple things. He's focused on customer satisfaction. In every interview, he's just saying one thing: that I need to create a best place where I need to uh, sorry, I need to focus on the customer satisfaction. So that is the only one thing he's saying in his uh, every interview. If you watch his old interviews, like 2000 या 1998 के जो interviews है, YouTube पे available है वो interviews. So must watch that interviews.
Ah,
So
yes, I remember. He always quotes like customer-centric company in the world.
customer centric company. Yes, exactly. So have that thing in your mind ki why you are starting, and what's your vision, how you are looking at the market and what you want to do. So yeah, that's the mid stage. ऑफ एनी स्टार्टअप, यहाँ तक एक प्रोडक्ट मार्केट में आ जाता है और इस स्टेज तक they are like they have created good amount of customers as well, and they have good number of good team as well. They have good customer reviews, and accordingly you are in the stage that you are in the iteration of your product. ठीक है. Then the next part is, this could be vary for everyone. As in my situation, I feel how I can make it on Autorun. That company should run by itself with the processes or the methods that we are implementing. But most of the cases, what people are doing, they create one company and they give their lifetime over there, and that is also good. I believe. But I personally feel, if you're creating a company or if you're creating anything, you should make it that big and that independent that it should run without you as well. Because most of the cases, what happens if अगर जो भी फाउंडर है वो फाउंडर बाजू में हट जाता है, in that case company collapse. So so to avoid that kind of thing, you should implement that kind of processes, that kind of methods in your company, so that it will run without your interference. Okay.
Yes, yes.
All right. So what I do for the auto run method, that first of all, though I said properly, you need to make a reporting team, which will start as
Mangesh, once again, your voice is a little bit cracking.
Is it okay now?
It's okay. I think your mic gets a bit far away. That's why.
Okay. So, for the auto run, I feel you should have a very good heads, first of all, department heads. That department heads should understand the company's vision, company's process, company's product, company's policies, and all. So, all that process, that things that heads should understand. And after that, like you are getting the report from that particular person. So, that should be very genuine. All right. So for that, you should verify that reports as well at some point. कि हाँ अभी ठीक है, महीने में एक आध बार आपने वेरीफाई कर लिया कि या यू आर गेटिंग द जेन्युइन रिपोर्ट्स, जो भी है, जो भी कंपनी में हो रहा है, तो ये यू नीड टू चेक इट. देन बाकी सारे डिपार्टमेंट्स के लिए आई फील एवरीवन शुड फोकस ऑन दैट पार्ट कि हाउ यू कैन गेट अ जेन्युइन रिपोर्ट्स एवरी टाइम. ठीक है, टू द फाउंडर्स और टू द हायर अथॉरिटीज दे हैव. देन रूल्स, कल्चर, प्रोसेस, इसको इतना ऑप्टिमाइज करो कि वहाँ पे ह्यूमन इंटरफेरेंस अगर नहीं भी है तो भी आपका काम बहुत स्मूथली हो रहा है. वहाँ पे अगर कोई बंदा है हु इज operating at certain stage and he is leaving, in that case, if the new guy is coming, that new person will be able to do it within a week or 2 weeks, so that he can handle all the responsibilities that the other person was handling. All right. So for that, processes are very important to make it on the auto run. And then like कुछ जगह पे you have to offer some incentives, कुछ जगह पे you have to offer some equity to make it on auto run, because सिर्फ salary will not motivate people. All right. I'll tell you one of the example. मैं एक पॉडकास्ट देख रहा था बीच में, एंड देयर आई गॉट टू नो that one person asked to the to the guest that why, like how Gautam Adani was able to build such big businesses, like how they manage it, because they have like hundreds of companies, how he is managing that. So the reason behind it was he is doing a partnership. For example, if you are a execution expert and I am a scaling expert, we'll do a partnership on 50-50% basis. And what will happen after that, that the person who is doing the execution, he'll do his part because he is having a 50% partnership in the company. And if I'm having a 50%, my team will do that 50%. Right. So in that case, the company will grow. बट मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस में अगर आपका कंपनी मतलब यू ओन कंपनी लाइक 100%, इन दैट केस आपको ही उसमें इन्वॉल्वमेंट होना पड़ेगा, आपका हर टाइम पे इन्वॉल्वमेंट होना पड़ेगा. बट इफ यू आर collaborating with someone, in that case it is very easy to operate the things in the long run. All right. एंड या ऑब्वियसली एक्सप्लोर द फ्यूचर अपॉर्चुनिटीज. जो भी फ्यूचर में अपॉर्चुनिटीज आ रही है आपका, फॉर एग्जांपल इन वॉट एवर इंडस्ट्री यू आर, just think about the future, that how this industry will go after 5 years, after 10 years, and create certain changes in your product or in your services, so that you will match the requirement that is going to raise after 5 years or 10 years. So always have that futuristic mindset. Why Apple is so much successful? They were not working for present; they were working for the future, and that's why that they are the most successful company in the world. I guess most of the big companies follow this rule. They are not working for today's problem. They just think that this will be the problem on the data. They think this will be the problem, and for that problem in the future, this will be the problem in the future, and for that problem they are creating the solutions. Maybe that is the one thing that they are always ahead in everything. So yeah, that's the thing from my end, that how the companies get started, how the ideas works, and how we can validate the idea, how we can make the team, how we can make the processes, and how we can make it on auto run.
Yeah. Thank you, Mangesh. That was a really insightful and informative session from your end. I would like to request the audience that if you have any questions, you can put up in the chat box. We can have a small discussion right now itself. Um, and finally, I would like to thank Mangesh for such an extensive and informative session. So, yeah. So, if you have any questions, let's take up a few questions. Uh, yeah, those questions are already taken. Yeah, we have a very generic question in the comments. Someone is asking, what are your parting advice or words to the budding entrepreneurs right now? If you have to give any piece of advice, what would you give?
Sorry, what? I'll check.
Yeah, a person is asking a very generic question. The question is that, what advice or a parting advice would you like to give to budding entrepreneurs right now?
I'll say just explore the ideas. Don't go after any ideas that your friend is working or the one successful startup is working. Just find out the problems that actually you feel you should work on it, and you have the genuine solution for it. So exploration कभी stop नहीं होना चाहिए startup founders का. Always वो चलते रहना चाहिए. That is the only one suggestion I'll have.
Yeah, thank you, Mangesh. If you have any more questions, I would request all of you to kindly put that in the comments. One of the person just asked that, what are your thoughts on startup funding? So, that's a quite open-ended question.
Uh, See, it varies for everyone. Uh, Most of the people who want their control in the company, they don't go for the startup funding. Like the example is Zerodha. So, in that case, their growth will be slow, but at certain stage also they will have their own control. And but the in that case, if you are going bootstrap, so in that case your scale will be slow, your growth will be slow. But if you are getting a funding, in that case, you are not getting only money. In that case, you are getting money plus contacts. So whatever person who is investing in your startup, either it is a venture capitalist or the angel investors, whoever it is, you are getting their contacts as well. And that contacts give you the better place in the startup ecosystem. So I feel uh, funding is good, but not don't go for funding only for money, and don't choose the investor only. Just they are giving money and you are choosing them. Just don't go for it. Think about the investor, how he will contribute in your startup as a person or as an individual.
Yeah, thank you for your answer, Mangesh. We have one more question. The question is basically how to find problem that we can solve with own skills. So I guess the person is meaning that we actually don't go to investors for funding or something we can build on our own. Um, what do you have to say about this?
See, the problem is everywhere. Like you can search it anywhere. You can search the problem, and if you have that skills to solve it, I mean, it's a very normal question. I'm not getting what to answer about this. How to find the problem that we can solve with our own skills. Right. So
I
yeah,
think
the answer is if you are expert in one particular thing. For example, I'll take a my personal example. I'm expert in content creation. All right. So I know I have spent 5, 6 years, 7 years in this particular industry. So what are the problems over here? I know the problems very well. And the plus point is I know the solutions as well. So in that case, I will be the best person, or I'll be the one who can solve this problem easily because I know it from the ground. बेसिक्स मुझे पता है इन सब इस इंडस्ट्री के. सो आई फील दैट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, विच इंडस्ट्री यू आर इन टू एंड वॉट प्रॉब्लम यू आर सीइंग. अगर इंडस्ट्री के बारे में आपको पता है, यू हैव गुड एक्सपीरियंस इन दैट पर्टिकुलर फील्ड, और वहां पे आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम मिल जाता है, तो यू विल हैव गुड नॉलेज टू सॉल्व दैट प्रॉब्लम.
we have one more question. If anyone there are competitors in business, how we can how we can go ahead from competitors?
Actually, I'll say कि just focus on your customers and your product. Obviously, यहाँ पे भी एक नज़र होनी चाहिए कि what your competitors are doing, but most on that, uh, how you can make your service or your product more lucrative to your audience or your customers, so that they will not leave it. ठीक है, उनको एडिक्ट बना लो अपने प्रोडक्ट के लिए या अपने सर्विस के लिए. यू डोंट हैव टू फोकस ऑन द कॉम्पिटिटर्स.
That's a good advice to make people addict of their own products. That is what mostly the everyone does these days. Okay. Do we have any more questions? Yeah,
I guess
I have a
not.
few questions that I would like to ask. What do you think basically if someone like let's say if a person has a particular idea and the question is that it's for my own point of view. Let's say if I wanted to come up with an entrepreneurship, like
Mhm.
what should be my approach? Should I sit and look for ideas and then start, or
Sorry.
it's like I should I'm asking that whether let's say today I want to decide I want to do a startup. Okay, so what should I do? Should I look for ideas and then proceed, or in fact if I let's say I just continue with my normal life I do have, and then one day if I observe a particular problem and I think that this can be a good idea, a good point of starting, I should do like that. So
I
like can
feel
I say
the
that
second,
making a
yeah,
doing a transition from professional like corporate employee to a startup founder, is this a career transition? Can someone say that I'm making a career transition by being a co-founder?
yeah. I mean, uh, the second approach, as you said, whatever your life is going on, if you are observing any problem, in that case, you will start your own startup. But in the first case, you are exploring the ideas. Ki, okay, I'll find
Yes.
this problem. Is it a problem? Is it a problem? Is it a problem? Is it a problem? You are searching for the problem. So I feel for in the first case, you will get problem very early, but in the second case, you are not sure when you will get it. So if you actually want to be a startup founder or you want to be an entrepreneur, so in that case I think you should be on the first stage.
Okay, I was asking in this sense, basically, let's say that I'm a software engineer and I'm working in, let's say, machine learning or something like that. Okay, so I
Mhm.
work for a 3 4 year in this field, so I know everything ins and out about what exactly is happening in this industry. So,
Mhm.
but right now I'm in a fresher state, so I do not have that particular experience in any particular industry for us 3 or 4 years of
Mhm.
experience. So what I do right now is that I go to every other industry and have a bird's eye view that what can be should I venture into this industry and create a startup or not, something like that. So like somewhere I believe that taking this approach will lead to failure, because once we have a great understanding of the industry, then we can actually build from that.
Yeah,
So
if you're talking in that sense, if you're a fresher and you don't have any experience, industry experience before, so in that case, go for it. Because if you don't know how the companies work, how you are going to create your own? So you need to
mhm.
understand how the systems are working, how the processes are working. What is the thing that you need to understand before doing it by your own? So, at least I'll suggest whoever doing a startup in after their college also, they should at least do 2 years or 3 years ka job to
Yes.
understand the industry or understand how the startups are working or how the companies are working.
Yes, yes. Yeah, basically, so if you take the example of Indian startups, so the founder of Ola basically had a very great idea about whatever happens in Uber in the US. So
Mhm.
they had actually worked in that industry, and they saw that in India this thing is missing. So they can
Right.
bring that thing in India. And since they
Mhm.
already have the experience of building, because they were related to that industry in some other place, so they were
Right.
successful. So yeah,
Exactly.
like this is what I basically an approach that I'm right now having. Like if in case
But in
if I
that
want to do
case,
in the future.
you should understand the geographical perspective as well, because in the Ola, the Uber, like they were having the same problem. But most of the cases, people try to implement the same idea that in the Western world is going on. So exactly
Hmm.
same idea अगर आप यहाँ पे implement करोगे तो most probably हो सकता है एक तो जोग्राफिकल डिफरेंस बहुत ज़्यादा है। सेकंड लोगों का जो
Yes.
माइंडसेट है वो बहुत ज़्यादा डिफरेंट है। सो उसके हिसाब से इट इज़ नॉट आई मीन यू कांट बी श्योर अबाउट इट कि व्हाटएवर द थिंग और व्हाटएवर द प्रोडक्ट दैट पीपल आर यूजिंग in USA. So that product or that same demand you will have in India for the same product, because their aspirations are different, their dreams are different, their goals are different, their lifestyle is different, and their complete nurturing is different from the childhood. So they have their own perspective, they have very different perspective than us. So before just copying any ideas from the Western world, you should understand your own audience, because you are going to start in India itself. So understand the Indian audience. हमारी audience ऐसी है कि मतलब ये एक ट्रेंड चला था इन वेस्टर्न वर्ल्ड कि टू एक्वायर द ऑडियंस यू नीड टू गिव सम एट स्टार्ट फ्री में दे दो, ठीक है। बट हमारे इंडिया में वो ट्रेंड बहुत कम लोग उसका फायदा उठा पाए कि बिकॉज हमारा ऑडियंस का पर्सपेक्टिव ऐसा है कि जब तक वहां पे फ्री में मिल रहा है ले लो,
तब
उसके
तक
बाद कोई दूसरा जगह पे शिफ्ट हो जाओ। सो दैट कैन बी एग्जीक्यूटेड हियर। सो यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड ऑडियंस एंड देयर पर्सपेक्टिव, देयर साइकोलॉजी बिफोर डूइंग एनीथिंग और बिफोर कॉपिंग एनीथिंग।
yeah, this makes sense because these days even if I'm ordering food from Zomato, I will check that whether they are giving an offer or not. Otherwise, I will
Exactly.
just. Uh, but then on the other hand, we complain that Zomato is making losses. But the mindset of the Indian population is something like this: they want more
And
freebies.
this is the one thing, just a very good example. Before, people used to order on Zomato, all right, because they were giving a huge discounts. But after certain point, they like stopped doing the discounts and all. Then, from my office itself, there are few people who joined Uber Eats, sorry, Eats Club. That's the new startup जो बहुत सस्ते में देता है, ठीक है। तो अभी उन्होंने जोमेटो बंद कर दिया बिकॉज वहां पे डिस्काउंट्स बंद हो गए एंड दे हैव शिफ्टेड देमसेल्व्स कंप्लीटली ऑन द डिफरेंट स्टार्टअप। दे आर नॉट लॉयल कस्टमर्स टू जोमेटो राइट फ्रॉम नाउ बिकॉज जोमेटो इज नॉट ऑफरिंग एनी डिस्काउंट। सो इन दैट केस कस्टमर एक्विजिशन तो यहाँ पे पूरा खत्म हो गया ना।
Right. So, is it possible that in the near future in India we can build something like Apple? So basically, you know that customers are extremely loyal to the Apple product. They are like, we want this. They are willing to spend more money just to get that product. So, can we have something indigenously built in our country like that?
Absolutely.
The users will pay money for that.
If you can search in the market, we don't have any product which is used worldwide. We don't have any software product itself. बहुत ऐसे कम चीजें हैं, आई मीन, जो कस्टमर्स यूज करते हैं. हमारा प्रोडक्ट है बट यूएस के कस्टमर्स यूज करते हैं, यूके के कस्टमर्स यूज करते हैं. ऐसे बहुत ही कम प्रोडक्ट्स होंगे जो मुझे तो नहीं पता है. ठीक है.
Yes.
तो बट यूएस यूके के ऐसे बहुत से प्रोडक्ट्स हैं जो हम डेली लाइफ में यूज करते हैं.
Mm.
And that's why they are superpowers. So I feel, obviously there are certain other reasons as well behind this, but अगर ये चीज हमारे यहाँ पे होती है तो, और हो सकता है कि ये सिचुएशन चेंज हो जाए. We don't have any product, but in India, as an Indian, we don't have any product. But हर बड़े कंपनी को हमारे ही लोग चला रहे हैं, एंड वी आर हैप्पी विद दैट कि हम वही चीज की डंका पीट रहे कि नहीं हमारे ही लोग प्रोडक्ट चला रहे हैं. बट वो दे आर जस्ट रनिंग इट. We don't have anything our own.
Yes, yes. Okay, so do we have any more questions? We have a few generic questions here, like if I started a new startup, what I need to get, government registration compulsory in starting, and directly work on it, or must take time. So, what do you have to say about these, Mangesh?
If okay, if I have idea of what I directly work on, must take time. Work on the idea. Yeah. I'll give you an example of us. Neomos is our new startup, and we got an idea. In this week, we got an idea. We validate the idea. We work on idea. Ki, will it work or not? And after that, within a week, we launched our website as well. So here, try fast, try like and fail fast. अगर आपको फेल होना है तो जल्दी फेल हो जाओ ताकि आप नेक्स्ट चीज पे काम कर सको. सो उसके बारे में सिर्फ सोचते मत रहो, दिमाग में मत रखो किसी भी आइडिया को. अगर आइडिया आ रहा है तो मेक श्योर कि 2 से 3 वीक में वो आइडिया इन रियलिटी होना चाहिए.
I hope this answers the question.
एंड
Yeah.
गवर्नमेंट रजिस्ट्रेशन
So,
वगैरह का आई डोंट फील इट्स नेसेसरी. मैंने तो अभी तक मतलब गवर्नमेंट रजिस्ट्रेशन, स्टार्टअप रजिस्ट्रेशन वगैरह अगर उसकी बात कर रहे हो तो हाँ, वो तो आप स्टार्ट, यू कैन स्टार्ट विद द प्रोप्राइटरी एज वेल. सो दैट्स नॉट अ बिग डील. किसी सीएस को पकड़ो और उससे वो चीज़ें करा लो. दैट्स नॉट अ बिग थिंग. कोई भी कर देगा आपके लिए.
okay. Um, okay, so we do not have any more questions. Yeah, I have a couple more questions. I just was going through your Instagram account before the we had this particular session. I saw you having a picture with Elon Musk. So can you tell me what exactly was the story behind that?
If you read the uh,
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 I did not get time to specifically go through the post, so just curious. I was asking. So
just
why not
read
ask
it
it now?
and you'll get it.
Okay, okay, sure, no problem.
All right.
Okay. Okay, okay, that's great. Yeah, I don't think we have any more questions right now. So yeah, that's it for this particular session. So Mangesh, I really, really appreciate your time for coming to us and giving your valuable insights and experiences about your life cycle of building a startup and how you're running it presently. I hope that your this particular conversation had actually ignited interest amongst us about entrepreneurship. And as I said, that most of the audiences are from engineering background like you and me, and they also have planned to do something in this particular world, right? Because not everyone is willing to take up corporate jobs and but they want to do something of their own, build their own wealth, and do something to solve the problem of the society. So I hope that your insights are definitely going to be very worthy for our audiences. Okay.
Thank you.
So yeah, thank you very much, Mangesh. I hope you have a
Thank you,
great day
Gaurav,
ahead.
for inviting me, and it was a great session. I hope people that get some value with the session and with the insights that I have shared.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, Mangesh. And I
Uh,
wish you have a great day ahead. And I hope that your startup does really, really well, and you do make your startup expand. And I hope that it becomes something that the world uses, something coming from India, which is yeah.
all right. So thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mangesh. Yeah,
Shall
have
we
a great
leave?
day ahead. Yeah. I will do a promotion after you leave. So
Okay, I'll leave. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you,
thank you
Gaurav.
so much, Mangesh, very much. So hello everyone. I hope you really enjoyed this session. So let me give you a small brief introduction about a particular event that we are having right now. It's called Geek Olympics. So this is a particular event that we are having from July 1st to July 31st. And go here and click on this particular button and register yourself for this particular event. We have a lot of events coming our way. We have this particular webinar was a part of this particular event. We have Job Arena in which we host jobathons from which where you can get hired. If you're a fresher, you can apply. If even if you're an experienced person, you can apply. And daily we bring on such webinars for you to attend and gain insightful knowledge about technology, the world, and everything else. Okay, so do check out this particular page that we have. The link you will find in the description. Okay, so I thank you everyone for joining this particular session, and I hope you all have a great day ahead. Yeah, thank you very much.